You've seen the ads, you've heard the hype, and if you've spent more than 5 minutes researching premium hosting, Liquid Web has probably shown up on your radar. But here's the thing, most reviews out there are either paid promotions in disguise or surface level walkthroughs that don't tell you what actually matters. So today, we're doing something different. We're cutting through all of it, the features, the pricing, the performance, the support, and giving you a straight answer. Is Liquid Web worth your money? Or is it just another overpriced hosting brand riding a premium label? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly whether Liquid Web fits your situation, or if you should keep looking. What is Liquid Web? First, let's set the stage. Liquid Web is not your typical budget hosting company. They don't do shared hosting. They don't have a cheap starter plan for a personal blog. That's not who they're built for. Liquid Web is a fully managed hosting provider. That means they handle the technical heavy lifting, the server maintenance, the security updates, the performance optimization, so you don't have to. Their product lineup includes VPS hosting, dedicated servers, managed WordPress hosting, and cloud hosting. Every single one of those is built for businesses, developers, and high traffic websites that cannot afford to go down. Think about it this way. With a typical shared host, your site lives on a crowded server with hundreds of other websites. If one of them gets a traffic spike or gets hacked, it affects you too. With Liquid Web, that's not the game. You're getting your own resources, your own performance, and a team actively watching your infrastructure around the clock. Uptime and performance. Let's talk numbers, because in hosting, numbers don't lie. Liquid Web guarantees 99.999% uptime. Write that down. That's 5 nines. To put that in perspective, 99.999% uptime means your site could potentially be down for less than 6 minutes per year, total. Compare that to budget hosts that advertise 99.9% uptime, which actually allows for over 8 hours of downtime annually. That's a massive difference when you're running an e-commerce store or a business website. Security. Security is where a lot of hosting companies talk big and deliver small. Liquid Web is one of the exceptions. Every plan comes with automatic daily backups. So if something goes wrong, a hack, a botched update, a plugin conflict, you can roll back without breaking a sweat. On top of that, you get DDoS protection built in. If someone tries to flood your site with junk traffic to take it offline, Liquid Web's infrastructure absorbs that attack before it ever reaches your server. They also run advanced firewalls and real-time monitoring across their network. Their team is actively watching for threats 24/7. And in many cases, they'll catch and neutralize an issue before you even know it existed. For businesses handling customer data, payment information, or anything sensitive, this level of security isn't optional, it's essential. And the fact that Liquid Web bakes it into every plan, not just the expensive tiers, is a big deal. VPS hosting. If you need more power than shared hosting, but you're not ready to commit to a full dedicated server, Liquid Web's VPS hosting hits the sweet spot. You get dedicated resources, your own CPU, RAM, and storage, without the full cost of a dedicated machine. It's scalable, it's fast, and it's fully managed. That means if something breaks at 3 a.m., Liquid Web's team is on it, not you. Dedicated servers. For larger businesses or websites pulling in serious traffic, dedicated servers are where Liquid Web really shines. You get an entire physical server to yourself. No resource sharing, no performance bottlenecks caused by other users. You configure it with the exact CPU, RAM, and storage that fits your needs. Liquid Web also gives you full flexibility on operating systems, CentOS, Ubuntu, Windows, Linux. Whatever your tech stack requires, they can accommodate it. Managed WordPress hosting. WordPress powers over 40% of the internet, and Liquid Web knows that market well. Their managed WordPress plans take care of everything in the background. Core updates, security patches, performance tuning. You just focus on your content and your audience. For agencies, online stores, or high-traffic WordPress sites that can't afford the risk of a slow or compromised backend, This plan is built exactly for that. Cloud hosting. If your traffic is unpredictable, say you run a business that spikes during product launches or seasonal events, Liquid Web's cloud hosting lets you scale your resources up or down on demand. You're not paying for peak capacity all year long. You spin up more resources when you need them and scale back when things quiet down. It's flexible, it's cost efficient for variable workloads, and it's backed by the same Liquid Web infrastructure. Control panel and management. One concern people have with high-end hosting is complexity. Is it hard to manage? Do you need a server admin on speed dial just to make basic changes? Liquid Web addresses this with cPanel and Plesk support. These are the industry standard control panels that let you manage your websites, domains, databases, and email accounts from a clean, user-friendly dashboard. If you've used cPanel before, the learning curve here is zero. And if you haven't, it's one of the most straightforward hosting management interfaces out there. Add to that their managed hosting philosophy, where Liquid Web handles OS updates, server patches, and core security, and the day-to-day management burden on you is dramatically reduced. Support. Let's talk about support. Because when something goes wrong with your website, response time isn't a luxury. It's the difference between a minor hiccup and serious revenue loss. Liquid Web calls their support team the most helpful humans in hosting. Bold claim. But here's what backs it up. Their support is available 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Phone, live chat, or email. You pick the channel. What actually sets them apart is that their support agents are senior level technicians, not entry-level reps reading from a script. When you reach out, you're talking to someone who can actually solve the problem, not someone who's going to escalate you through 3 tiers before anything gets fixed. Pricing. All right, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Liquid Web is not cheap. Their VPS plans start at a noticeably higher price point than budget hosts. Dedicated servers push further. And if you're coming from a $5 a month shared hosting plan, the sticker shock can be real. But here's the framing that matters. Liquid Web isn't competing with budget hosting. It's a completely different product category. When you pay for Liquid Web, you're paying for guaranteed performance, enterprise-grade security, fully managed infrastructure, and support that actually picks up the phone. Think about it from a business perspective. If your e-commerce site goes down for an hour during a peak sales period, how much does that cost you? How much does a security breach cost you? In lost data, customer trust, and recovery time. Liquid Web is cheap insurance against those scenarios. It's expensive relative to shared hosting. It's affordable relative to the cost of failure. That said, if you're running a personal blog, a small portfolio, or you're just starting out and have minimal traffic, Liquid Web is probably overkill. The pricing won't match the return at that stage. But if your website generates revenue or your business depends on uptime and speed, the math flips quickly. Who is Liquid Web for? So let's cut straight to it. Who should actually be using Liquid Web? If you're running an e-commerce store that handles transactions, customer data, and steady traffic, Liquid Web is built for you. The combination of speed, uptime, and security isn't just nice to have. It directly protects your revenue. If you're a developer or agency managing multiple client websites that need consistent, high-performance hosting, Liquid Web gives you the infrastructure and support to deliver that without babysitting servers. If you're a business with a content-heavy website, a membership platform, or any kind of web application under real load, the dedicated server and VPS options give you the headroom to grow without performance degrading. And if you're on managed WordPress and your current host feels like it's always one plugin update away from a disaster, Liquid Web's managed WordPress hosting is a serious upgrade in reliability. If you've decided you're ready to upgrade your hosting and stop leaving performance on the table, the link in the description below will take you to the best available deal on Liquid Web plans. We've made sure it's the lowest price you'll find. If this review helped you cut through the noise, drop a like. It genuinely helps the channel. Subscribe if you want more no-fluff breakdowns on tools and platforms that actually matter to your business. And if you've already used Liquid Web, good or bad, drop your experience in the comments. Real user feedback is the most valuable thing in this space. We'll see you in the next one.